Hey guys, today I want to go over a topic that I don't think is talked about very much, and that's mental health and crypto mining. As we all know, crypto mining is extremely risky, especially in times of great uncertainty as of right now. The bull run's gone, the free flowing money is gone, and there's a lot less of it to go around as well. It's almost impossible to know when the right time to buy equipment is, when the right time to sell it is, what you should mine, when you should mine it. It can all be very stressful when you think about it. The reason I thought to make this video was one popular ASIC that just released recently that's unlike anything we've ever seen before, the KS0. It's a unique ASIC that right now is very profitable, very cheap to be, which brings me to my next point. How to balance and figure out what you're doing and if it's right for you. Take me for example. I bought two KS0s. One arrives right around the time this video will be released, and the other one should come around the end of July. Basically, I am banking on the first KS0 ROIing before the Bitmain KS3's release and nuke the hash rate, and the second one, I hope it gets very close. Now, will this happen? Who knows, but that's not the point of this video. The point is that buying an ASIC for the first time can be a very scary experience. I am okay with the risk that I took, and I have no regrets, and I feel fine with it. And that's the point of this video, is to talk about and prioritize your mental health. If you don't feel comfortable, don't buy it. Is that buying an ASIC for a first-time buyer can be a very scary experience, and with how ASIC sales work, you basically have to figure out in a very short period of time whether or not you want to spend a lot of money on something that you don't know much about. I was lucky and I had some help from T Swift and some other people in the Sinner Souls Discord, and I was also doing my own research, and I was able to figure out that I wanted one and that I might even want a second one. And as well as getting ASIC buying advice from other sources that I trusted as well, which is hard to come by in the crypto world. So mentally, I was semi-reserved about spending $12.50 plus to get a KS0 in the July 15th batch. And I opted to pay 15% more to pay for it with a credit card over crypto, as it was the first ASIC I bought. And I thought it would be worth the extra protection, and I've been able to sleep soundly ever since, so it was definitely worth it. And even then, I still felt at times some mental uncertainty, and I had to tell myself, you didn't overextend yourself. If these things end up like the next H&T miner, you'll be fine. After all, I had spent $3,000 on H&T miners, and I have maybe $500 of H&T to show for it, and they make about 18 cents per miner per day now, which ironically enough is more than a GPU. Which is funny, because even with all the numbers that I was able to crunch where it looked like a sound investment, I still had to deal with some uncertainty. Which brings me to my next point. No amount of potential profit is worth putting you in a mental state that isn't healthy and isn't worth it to you. Only spend money you are okay with losing. If you say buy a KS0, or if say buying a KS0 is going to stress you out until you ROII, or you're going to worry the whole time if the KS3 comes out and it's going to stress you out and you're afraid it's going to turn into a worthless brick, then don't buy it. Watch other crypto YouTube content creators' videos. I will be doing one where you watch me count down to whether or not I made the right decision on buying these things or not. Let someone else deal with the stress and not you, and just sit around for the ride. Are you unsure how ASIC prices work? Do you not want to take the gamble of buying an ASIC? Then don't buy it. Do you think GPU mining is dead and you want to get out of it now? Sell your GPUs and do it. Obviously you want to do these things as profitable as possible, and you want to lose as little money as possible. But it's said that money isn't everything. If crypto is going to stress you out, then get out. If you want to take a break from it, turn your miners off, secure your wallets, and just step away until you're in the right headspace to get back into it. No amount of money is worth it. If you don't feel mentally stable, if you feel like you're stressed, if you're not sleeping, don't do it. It's not worth it. Another thing I want to talk about is the echo chamber of the internet. Sometimes YouTubers have an opinion, and then other people echo that opinion. Sometimes you may agree, sometimes you won't. I know plenty of times I've been on both sides with this. Say you bought a KS0 thinking it's going to ROI. You told people your theory, and everyone piles on and says you're wrong. Maybe you start doubting yourself. Maybe you want to try to cancel the order. Maybe it stresses you out. Don't listen to the noise. Block it out as best you can. Take a break from Discord or YouTube, etc. If you believe you're right, go with it. This is crypto. If we were all right, half as much as we thought we were, A lot of us wouldn't be making videos or talking in Discord. We'd be on our yachts not thinking about crypto. On the flip side, maybe you bought a KS0 and are suddenly having second thoughts and you can't cancel it. So you go to the echo chamber to reassure yourself. This is where you can either use this as a lesson to always trust your gut and never buy something when you're unsure. Because if something is going to make you feel this way, it's obviously not worth buying. Make sure you guys put your mental health before any potential chance of profit or risk of losing money or anything else. Use your failures as lessons for the future, and most importantly, don't risk what you can't lose, and don't beat yourself up over a mistake, because we've all made mistakes. I get to see my mistakes every day in the form of my helium miners. It doesn't even matter where I go. If I go to my parents, if I go to my parents' second house, if I go to my sister's house or my house, they all have H&T miners in them, so I'm constantly reminded of them. Another thing that I'm especially guilty of is selling too early or buying too late and then being upset that I quote-unquote missed out on profit. And that's the most silly thing you could worry about. Say you sold Bitcoin at 40 or 50,000 and then it went up to 60,000 and you missed out on that profit. You still made profit on it, especially if you bought it low. If you bought it higher and you say you bought it at 55,000 and now it's 30,000, just hold on to it till it goes back up. Don't stress over it. If you made a mistake, you learn from it. If you sold too early, you still made profit. Did you make as much? No, but don't worry about that. Focus on how much you made and what you did right. Don't focus on what you did wrong. That's not to say to completely, put out of your head what you did wrong, but don't stress about it. Like I said, there's no way that you're going to be right all the time. It's better to make a little bit than to lose a lot, or to lose a little bit than to lose a lot. So don't sweat it. Don't let it affect your mental health, and don't regret your choices. Use them as lessons learned. Don't deal in regrets. It's the worst thing you could do. If you're a small-time crypto user, say you have one ASIC or maybe a few GPUs, and you watch my videos or other crypto content creators' videos, or you just see people on Discord with huge farms, don't be disappointed in your farm, and don't have FOMO. I know it's easy for me to say, but one of the things that I actually personally hate is when people say, it's not much, but it's mine. That's garbage. Don't say that. You should be saying, this is my farm, and there are others like it, but this is mine, and it's amazing. It's not a competition, guys. It's not about who is the most GPU miners. It's not about who is the biggest CPU farm. If you like watching other people that have big farms, enjoy them. With bigger farms comes bigger problems. And remember, when you see things on YouTube, you're not seeing the whole story most of the time. It's not like these two YouTubers, including myself, show you every aspect of it. I personally, yesterday on July 12th, or whenever this is filming, on July 12th, I had serious issues with a bunch of rigs. I had like 4 cards fail. I actually had to RMA 2 cards. It was the first time I ever had to do it. I was pretty mentally stressed. I was really upset about it. I didn't really want to make a video on it, but I was so angry. I almost wanted to turn the farm off and walk away for a few days. It was a hard day for me, I'm going to be honest with you. Which leads me to my final point. If you have a rig that's causing you constant agony, just shut it off. I know a lot of us are used to the ETH days. We're like, hey, if it's off, it's not making money. Guys, if there's a GPU or a rig that's causing you mental stress, turn it off. Let it go. Step back for a few days and come back to it later. It's not like you're missing out on a ton of money, and it's not worth wasting your time or your mental health on. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video helps remind you that your mental health is more important than your crypto portfolio or how many GPUs you have, or whether you're buying or selling the latest ASIC. Remember, put your mental health first. If you're not enjoying this, it's not worth doing. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Crewman out.